Are live from Wiltshire in England and also from Cambridge in Cambridgeshire. And the photograph that you can actually see is of Fonz, who's co-host on the show. And hopefully in a moment that picture will be replaced by Fonz himself. And just had a little scare before I went live, but all is well now. And we can say hello to 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hello.
Right. Excellent timing, sir. Yeah. As usual. And today's all about Snowy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I've just got back from filming a video shoot with Jacen Bruce, who wrote a song about Snowy Far and performed it live in Cambridge to a crowd. And my task is now to edit that video together, and people will be able to see that early next week.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah.
It sounds an easy task, but editing a video is not.
It's not at all, because I had to. It's quite not for Jacen. It wasn't. It's quite funny because in the respect that he had to film it. I get him perform it 3 times.
Yeah.
So for different angles, because trick. I don't know if you've used it yourself. The trick with filming is use the 3 different angles, merge them into one, and also I did a load of up-close shots that were filmed before while he's performing other songs, and back shots. So all these different shots will make one music video. So it's a trick of media and how they do the same with the news. I don't know if people are aware when they do a news story. The presenter asks the questions with the camera pointing at the guest. The guest answers them. Then they repoint when the guest is gone. They repoint at the presenter who asks the questions again, like he's asking, and then they get you to do loads of hand gestures and all that, so they can edit it all in. So right. I've nicked their technique with a music video.
So we're talking about production rather than a live.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll come together like you think, wow, how many cameras do they have that day? Like, there's 10 different shots going on here from different angles. 10 cameras to film one music video. And actually, it's one camera. Different thing. But it's magic of production, though.
Indeed. Okay, so I was trying earlier to actually play the single. Shall we give it a whirl?
I don't know, but hopefully you got the trouble I had Sunday. I tried playing videos, and for some reason it wasn't. I thought it was to do with BLIFbot, but actually I found out it was my computer wouldn't play any video at all, and I had to restart it. So hopefully you got the same problem.
Well, we're about to find out. I can share. No, I can't share there. When you've got the video next week, it'll be simple and straightforward.
Yeah, playing it, not putting it together. Going to be playing it next week. Hopefully, when people watch it, they think, "Oh, look at all that hard work he's put on putting that video." Indeed,
and we put the link to the charity single in the chat.
Yeah. And it's brilliant price. It's 99p. Do you know what I mean? How many singles cost 99p these days? And all the money goes to Guide Dog for the Blind, who were down there today. Actually, they brought some guide dogs down and all that. And 99p, you can either give it to them, Guide Dog for the Blind, which was some place that Snowy supported, or Campsite, which is a Cambridge. If you live in Cambridge, you probably want to support Campsite because it's a local company. But if you're outside of Cambridge and you think, I don't know anything about Cambridge, I've never been to Cambridge, why should I support a Cambridge charity? Well, give it to the Guide Dogs for the Blind, which are national. There you go. So the downloads have 2 options, which ones you can donate to.
Shall we go for it?
Go for it.
If I crash, I'll be back shortly. You may have to hold the show for a couple of minutes. Okay, so I'm going to share the desktop. Share. So it's sharing the desktop, waiting for it to come through. I'm going to bring that up on the screen. I'm going to turn the sound up, and I'm going to put it full screen. So far, so good. And then I'm going to switch over to here, make that full screen, and then press play. Tell me if you can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
Was like Christmas. every day on the streets in Cambridge where Snowy played. Mice running round the rim of his hat, and right on top sat a snowy white cat. He lifted your spirits in a festive way. It felt so good and the children played. Snowy, snowy, snowy far. Snowy, snowy, a shining star.
If we're still on air,
Yeah, you are. Yeah, no, I can hear it perfect.
right. If we're still on air after that, I'll share my test. Later on, I'll play the full single. Well, I quite like it. It's quite catchy.
It's very catchy. It is very, very catchy. I'm quite sure I'm going to have to ask him. I forgot to ask him because I was going to say to him when I saw him earlier that the female vocals in the background, I was going to ask him, is that his wife, Alison, who's a crime author in Cambridge.
Oh, we met her on the 12-hour charity show.
Yeah. She was on the 12-hour charity show, yeah. I forgot that. That seems so long ago.
It's only sort of 15 days ago. Less than that, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Doesn't time fly?
It does, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to do something at the same time. I'm trying to find something for you about Snowy.
All right, okay.
On my computer. So, hold on one sec. A bit of information about him. I wrote an article about him a few years ago, and I'm hoping that it's still on the internet.
And say hello to Cheryl, who's saying good day. And we have a song we're going to play later, Cheryl, which we played a snippet of earlier. If we're still live in a few minutes, we'll play that whole song. And how is everyone today? How are you, Fonz?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just extremely busy today, but it's good to be busy, I think.
Really? Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I wasn't sure if I'll be talking to you from Cambridge or from my studio. So hopefully I can get this to work. Oh, here we go. I can tell you a bit about Snowy. There's probably people wondering who Snowy was and why the song was written about him.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find my article I put together.
Okay.
It's looking at me in the face, and I can't see it in a minute. There it is.
Right.
Right. Snowy lived in a village called Oakington, and outside his bungalow, he actually had all teddy bears and stuff. And sad thing to say, a lot of people complained about it, but he used it as a display to raise money for charity. You know what I mean? I never had a problem with it. The people who lived near him saw it as an eyesore, which is a bit sad, really. And he was born Walter Farr in Longstanton in 1919. And his original job was a road sweeper for the city council. So he swept all the roads in Oakington around that area. And when he retired, he decided to give his time to help raise money for the blind. He picked his charity, wanted to help the blind. And he went in this eccentric kind of outfit, a bit like me wearing a top hat, but he had a black one with white stripes around it.
Yeah.
And he used to have, on Petty Curie in Cambridge, he used to take his animals with him. So he'd take a cockerel, a duck, a pigeon, rabbits, guinea pigs, and a goat along with him. And he let the mice run. He trained them. I don't know how he trained them. Or, you know what I mean? It's amazing. He had the mice running around the rim of the hat, and he'd have a cat sitting on the top of it. And the cat wouldn't move. It'd be stuck there. A lot of people said it's this cat, it's a stuffed cat, but it was a real cat. And have it sticking on his head. And he efforts helped him to obtain 22 money to raise 22 guide dogs in 1995.
Wow.
So it's one of the things. And the same year he received an MBE, which is well deserved, an MBE. And by the end of 1999, this is what the bit I needed to see because I couldn't remember the figures. Sorry, I got a cough as well. He raised £46,000 for Guide Dog for the Blind, and he raised £23,000 for Campsite. It's one single man sitting just in Pettigrew in Cambridge with his animals. Do you know what I mean? That's a lot, mate. 46 and £23,000. Amazing, you know what I mean? Amazing guy to do that. And sadly, he died on the 8th of March 2007. And he was penniless when he died, had no money, couldn't even pay for a funeral. So I think the city council paid for his funeral, but didn't pay for a gravestone. And a local sculptor, Pippa Westerby, actually made his gravestone for him. It's out of sculpture. He's got a nice gravestone now, thanks to that. And on the 3rd of March 2009, Cambridge City Council and then announced that a statue would be erected. Public art, designed by the public, basically what the public wanted. But the sculpture they got, nobody actually likes. It was sculpted by a guy called Gary Webb, and he never ever knew who Snowy was, as far as I'm aware. Was only shown a photo of Snowy.
Yeah.
The only thing that really resembles the sculpture is the hat, the mice running around it, and the cat on the top. A lot of people say the rest of it looks like jelly beans stuck together.
Okay.
And going there today is quite shocking because of all the nice gold effect that it had on it. It's all faded, tainted, and really bad, and it's all rusted, all I don't know, like all rust marks down it. All the hats all cracking, falling apart, and they paid apparently £100,000 for this, more than what he raised for the charity, which people that know Snowy would have been appalled by it. He would have said, "Give it £100,000 to the charity." Although you don't want to remember him, which is fair enough. But to pay that much for a sculpture that's now basically looks a bit of an eyesore, it's a bit sad, really. And it had no name tag on it. Nobody ever knew it was about Snowy who didn't know Snowy. It was 2 years ago I started a campaign myself, actually. There's a big black bottom bit on it. And I come to the conclusion in the middle was a circle bit underneath it that they could have a bit where money could be donated. People could slot money into it. And the council were dead against this and said that it would upset the artist Gary Webb, who put it, if they did do that, because it's destroying his artwork. I then dug into the archive, spent a week thinking, no, there's something about this, and looking at the original designs to see if there was actually an idea for a money collection box, because something was telling me there must be. Do you know what I mean? Not just me, you know what I mean, as one person. I can imagine somebody else must have thought this before me. So I dug into the archives, and actually I found out Gary Webb original design included a money box in it, but it was the council who took that away. And my campaign made the local newspapers and stuff about it and brought awareness. And in the end, on the back of my awareness, they put a square just outside of it, a little square plaque with his name. Because a lot of people were commenting on the news website, well, the sculpture, nobody knows the sculpture's to do with Snowy, nobody's to do with the Snowy. So they put a plaque with his name and one of those barcode things that you scan and it tells you information about Snowy. Now, my thing is, great, you've got a scan, then why didn't they, instead of putting a collection box in it, scan it to a place where you can go not only to find out about Snowy, but also donate to the charities that he supported.
That's a good idea, yeah.
But that's been overlooked as well. So there you go. That's the story of Snowy. Great guy, and I think Jacen's song is doing what the sculpture should have done. It's a great song. That's, like you said, it's catchy. It's really good. We're sharing Snowy's legacy, but it's also doing what he would want, really, and that's raising money for the charities. Where that sculpture, my own opinion, everybody's got their own opinion, and people may like my opinion and people may not, but everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I know that Snowy would have been appalled, not because it's bad artwork, not because against the guy who designed it, you know what I mean, that's his job. He would have been appalled about the amount that was spent on it, and money's not going to the charities that he supported, where the original design did include money to donate charities, and it should have. If they're going to put a sculpture up, they should have done it so he could also earn money for the charities that he liked, really, and give a bit of justification that it's carrying on his legacy, like what Jacen's song's doing. It's sharing his legacy, but it's also raising money.
Okay. Before we play the song, can you tell us a little bit about Jacen?
Jacen, yeah, he's a guy.
Thank you.
No, he's a rock and roll performer. He does gigs in pubs, clubs, busker in different locations. Brilliant, you know what I mean? He's brilliant in what he does. He's very, very big Elvis fan, big Johnny Cash fan, big Buddy Holly fan, and he studied their music. And like he asked me some songs to play. I asked him to do a Buddy Holly set for me today, and I'm telling you, he took Buddy Holly to a different level today, because he didn't play like the hey Buddy Holly stuff. He actually, sorry, I've got a delay in my voice tonight, but it's all right. He actually played Buddy Holly his way, his own approach on it, and it was brilliant. It's like hearing Buddy Holly completely fresh and new, and I like that about him.
Shall we play the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear myself twice at the moment.
All right. Okay. Right, we're going to play the song by Jacen Bruce, honour and memory of Snowy, and the single is available. You can download it from the link we'll post later. And I've just fallen in love with the song.
Was like Christmas every day on the streets in Cambridge where Snowy played. Mice running round the rim of his hat, and right on top sat a snowy white cat. He lifted your spirits in a festive way. It felt so good and the children played. Snowy, snowy, snowy for snowy, snowy, a shining star. Always out to raise cash, to help charities to success. You'd see him out of the blue, like Dr. Doolittle. Rabbit stocks, mice, and cats on display. With his pets on board, the children would play. It was like Christmas every day. The streets in Cambridge where Snowy played, with mice running round the rim of his hat, and right on top sat a snowy white cat. He lifted your spirits in a festive way. It felt so good and the children played. Snowy, snowy, snowy for snowy, snowy, the shining star. Snowy, snowy, snowy for snowy, snowy, a shining star. Always out to raise cash, to help charities to success. You see him out of the blue, like Dr. Doolittle. The rabbit stocks, mice, and cats on display. With his pets on board, the children would play. Snowy, snowy, snowy for the shining star. Snowy for a shining star. Snowy for a shining star. Snowy for
And we're back.
Yeah, it's very catchy, and yeah, I've done that. I've been walking around doing bits and bobs and whistling the Snowy Files song.
Brilliant. So Cheryl's saying it's a happy little tune,
Yeah.
and Lynn is saying hi, Cheryl, and Cheryl's saying hi, Lynn, and Lynn saying it's nice. It's a nice, catchy tune indeed.
It is, yeah. And do you know what I mean? I am. Snowy was. I know people outside Cambridge got no idea who Snowy. Probably do know who Snowy are, but
they do now.
Yeah, they do now. But if they didn't, complete, you know what I mean, a guy who I would say I got a lot of respect for from the times that I met him. He gave his time, basically. He retired, done his thing, and he gave what years he had left to support people that are blind, and total respect for him. So, yeah, 99p. In UK,
99p?
In UK money.
Even better, 99 cents, possibly. Yeah. And there is the link to the charity single. All the money goes to Guide Dogs for the Blind or to Campsite.
Yeah.
And
how much is that in shillings? Because I'll let Freddie Fox know.
It's 19 shillings 11 pence.
Oh, I'll let Freddie know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, right. It is. You know what I mean? Even if you don't like, it's a catchy tune. You know what I mean? It's brilliant. Just give it a download. You know what I mean? Jacen is not earning. Philip, he's not earning nothing out of this. He's paid to produce. He actually paid to produce the song out of his own pocket and stuff. So he's doing it to help. He's doing what Snowy did, and Jacen's a great guy in himself. We stood outside Cambridge freezing, and I'm telling you, we were freezing this morning. It was cold. Yeah. I was filming and I couldn't feel my fingers. And but it's all for a good cause. And I don't know when it's for a good reason, I don't mind that. And he was collecting money. He was like, people were throwing money, and we were only there for about an hour or so doing this song. And he collected 30 quid. And instead of keeping it, because he's got a busking line, instead of keeping it, he goes, no, give him straight to the charity. So he gave his time up this morning, and he gave his earnings up 30 quid. To give it to the charity. So if we can all download the song 99p, makes it all worthwhile for Jacen too. You know what I mean? I'm that kind of guy, you know me. I'm that type of guy who respects due. It's respect due sort of thing. And Snowy was a great guy, and Jacen doing what he's doing is a great guy. So yeah, 99p ain't gonna break the bank, is it?
Nope. Lynn is saying it's very cold here today as well. So
yeah, it was cold. My hand was stuck like that. There was a woman, I can't remember, one of the people who was actually performing with sung in the song Walking in Sunshine. What band was that? I can't remember. She was actually playing today with us. She actually performed the song Walking in Sunshine.
Hang on, anybody know who recorded Walking in Sunshine?
Walking on Sunshine. She was there. Okay. She was there today with us. So there you go. That's how people getting involved. Right. And the best thing about it video as well, when people watch the video, I should be mentioning this. Guy was actually playing. He turned a kitchen sink into his slide guitar thing. You know, when the ones that lay down, playing it. He actually had a kitchen sink and made a guitar out of it. Which is brilliant. And I said to him, I go, you know why you've done that, don't you? You've been getting stick from the wife in your home. Basically, while you've been out playing guitar, she's moaning that you ain't been doing the washing up. And he laughed. He goes, I should stick a couple of plates to it. And I'm like, oh yeah, you should. It was brilliant though. He watched the video. He was a comical guy as well, a great guy.
Right. If you go to the link I've given you, which is Jacen and Bruce's official website, it's the single. I don't think it's on Amazon, is it?
No, it's on iTunes.
It's on iTunes.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay. Did they take a cut?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think out of the 99p, what he was telling me, 92p of it, because you don't know nothing. 92p of it goes to the charity. Right.
Okay. And Catherine, who is our very own Wikipedia, is saying Katrina in the Waves.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. There you go.
So you can buy. If you go to the website, then you can pay via PayPal, and all the 99 cents will go to charity. If you go to iTunes, as Fonz explained, they will take a percentage. But the single is on iTunes, and I'm going to give you the title. It's just simply called Snowy, isn't it?
Yeah, Snowy.
Yeah. Okay.
The best way to describe Snowy, like Jacen does, is Dr. Dolittle, basically. But he had a long white beard, hence the name. That's where he got Snowy. But he was a completely crazy guy. He had like an army outfit. Completely crazy guy, but that's the kind of guy, that's the best kind of person you can be. I think more crazy you are, the better. I think you're more normal. I think you're more normal, to be honest. If you're not crazy, then don't quote me on this, but I don't think you're normal.
We all have to be a little bit.
Yeah, we all have to be a little bit crazy to be normal.
Well, yeah, I'll go with that fully. I'm going to take that off the screen. Hopefully, I can do that now. Yep. Okay,
one thing I can always say is one guy 100% always got my respect, and somebody I admired. Maybe that's where I wear a top. It's like a lot of people say, because I've got my own style, why do you wear these sort of glasses? I've had different years. I've had a complete big black one, same sort of design, and I reinvent myself every so often with my glasses. But the main style, why do you wear them? Buddy Holly. When I was a kid, I loved Buddy Holly, and that's why I wear my glasses like this. I wouldn't wear any other type of glasses because it's my respect for Buddy. And I suppose my top hat, I wanted a top hat because it looked like Snowy, and I had a black top hat originally, and I've reinvented it into my own style. As you do, don't you? You put your own little niche on it, but I suppose that's through Snowy as well. And I've never known, you know what I mean? If the world had more Snowy Fars, then this world would be brilliant. Do you know what I mean? We need more Snowy Fars in this world, I think. I try my best to do what I do. I can only do what I do. Not everybody who does what they can do, like people who support charities, people who work for charities, people like Jacen Bruce. I suppose we're all like little Snowy Fars, but if everybody was a Snowy Far in the world, this world would be brilliant.
A better place.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you're looking out for everyone rather than just focused on.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree with that. And that's the beautiful thing about community is that people do help each other and support each other.
Do you like my cup?
That's good. Just a minute, let's go full screen, then we can appreciate the beautiful cup that you have today, which is Cambridge Cup.
Look at that.
1920s. No. Oh, by who's the cartoon by?
I don't know. I can't see.
All right. Okay. So don't spill it. Don't spill it. You don't need to spill it to actually.
If anybody wants to buy one, they can go to cambridgeart.com.
Right. Okay.
C.J. Lewis, made in the UK, so it's not a foreign import.
Right. And Charles, she's saying she actually absolutely loves Buddy Holly too. And didn't he pass in a plane crash with Ricky Valens?
Yeah, the story of Buddy Holly, I'll tell you, if you don't mind me going a bit onto Buddy Holly. Buddy Holly died in a plane crash on the 3rd of February 1959 with Richie Valens and JP, Giles Peter Richardson, and the Big Bopper. And I forget his name now, first name. I remember it's Peterson, the pilot. And they say what happened was he was Richard Peterson, I think it was, but quote me if I'm wrong. The plane was taking off, and because he was inexperienced, the gauge where he thought he was rising actually was going down, and that's what caused the plane crash. There is many conspiracies. They found a gun as well, but actually Buddy kept. Can you imagine he was carrying larger sums of money around in his bag with him when he's doing gigs? Because it's very different than putting in your bank account back then.
Yeah.
So he had a gun in the bottom of his bag, and where his bag was thrown away, the bag split apart, and they thought there was rumours that there was a fight between them all on the plane, which is not true at all. Roger Peterson, that's it. That's the bloke's name. Remember. But that's a story that went about as well. But it's sad. He was only famous for 18 months. He did songs before, but he was only famous, noted singer for 18 months. And in that period, he produced so many songs, and he wrote so many songs. He, not Fade Away, they used a cardboard box instead of drums. He did songs for orchestras, and he was really the first pioneer of double tracking. He double tracked his vocals in a lot of songs, which not many people did before him. And he had this brilliant technique, which I love. And I play guitar myself, and I've used it when I'm recording stuff. If you listen to Peggy Sue, up to the instrumental, you can hear this strumming, but it's sort of acoustic, but it's sort of electric. And what it was, Buddy wired the microphone up to his electric guitar strings, but the guitar wasn't switched on. So you're hearing him plucking away to a switched electric guitar that was switched off, and you amplified the sound. And then when it come to the instrumental, somebody in the studio would flick on the amp for him, and then flick it back off again. I've got actual outtakes of Peggy Sue because I'm a bit of a collector on that kind of stuff, like outtakes and demos and stuff. And if you hear the outtakes of it, you can actually hear where they miss switching on the amp, or it doesn't pick up properly and stuff. It's brilliant. But as you can tell, I'm a big Buddy Holly fan. I can tell you tons about Buddy Holly. Peggy Sue was a real woman. She died recently. She was married. Peggy Sue was originally called Cindy Lou after his sister and his niece. And Jerry Olsen, who was dating Peggy Sue, said, "Can you change the song to Peggy Sue because I'm dating her and I want to impress her?" And that's what Buddy did for him. And that came from that. But the funny thing is, Donna by Richie Valens was Richie Valens' real life girlfriend, Donna Fox. And the funny thing is, years later, Peggy Sue, one of her later husbands, run a drainage company, Rapid Router, where they unblock drains. And one of her clients was Donna Fox, who happened to be Richie Valens' ex-girlfriend, and they got together and become good friends. How weird's that?
That's totally amazing. It's happenstance, where things happen.
Yeah.
Right, now speaking of which, you've just shown your extensive knowledge about Buddy Holly. Now would be a good time to talk about your radio show, which goes out on Sundays. Is that right?
Yeah, I do a radio show. Yeah, I quit radio for a little while because I was in 2013 to focus more on my history work, because it was coming. You got a choice, but whatever's, and the history work was doing more, so you focus on that, as you do. And I quit radio in 2013, and as Freddie said on the 12-hour broadcast, like the James Bond movie, and he's quite right, I'll give Freddie his credit, like the James Bond movie by Sean Connery, which is completely confusing and non-canon to the series, Never Say Never Again, I said I would never do radio again. And I should took notice of Freddie, and I should took notice of Sean, because Never Say Never Again, because beginning this year, I started doing radio again for North Hart, well, originally SG1 radio, and got a better deal with North Harts, as you do. You got to take what's going, better deal. So I'm now on North Harts doing a show on Sundays at 1 p.m. And in that show, it's the music, the headlines, not Cambridge history. I look at the headlines from that week. So I tell you the news headlines, what are happening. And I also play songs from the chart from that very week. So if you're listening this Sunday at northhartsfm.co.uk outside around the world, I'll be telling you what was going on in the news, and you'll be hearing songs that were in the charts from that very week. And it's come that popular, which surprises me, because I don't know why it's that popular. But it's actually, people have demanded a repeat, which is also on Mondays at 8 p.m. now as well.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find a link. So if you carry on for a minute while I'm behind the scenes.
You can tell I haven't done discussion before. I haven't done radio before, and I can woggle on for ages. Yeah, no,
I know.
I'm a complete amateur at this. Yeah, it's good because what I like about it, the show, is I'm not playing songs that I've randomly picked. I'm not playing my playlist. So what I do is I put years in a hat. This is true. I put year, well, not in a, or a box, and I pick out a year, and then I pick out 10 years, 10 different years between 1956 and 2018. What I do is I pick out 10, and then I put them in order, and then that's the charts that I do, and I pick songs from the charts. So the songs, before I record it, are totally randomly generated, and it's not necessarily a song I like. So you get a bit of everything. So you could have, in say 1957, you could have Buddy Holly, then skip to 1964 when you've got the Small Faces, and then 68 you probably got a bit of 67, a bit of who can I think of? Scott McKenzie probably, and then you got 1972, a bit of T-Rex. 1978, a bit of Cliff Richard, and then in the 1980s, Katrina and the Waves, the Bangles or whatever. So you got a bit of everything. Oasis in the 90s, or Blur, or Mr. Blobby, even if he's in the charts.
No. I suppose you've got to play what's there, but
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, Buddy Holly up there, Mr. Blobby somewhere down in the cellar.
Yeah. I will say the 1970s a very hard year to do. You've got to be very careful. If I'm being honest.
What time on Sundays?
1 p.m. on Sundays and 8 p.m. on Mondays at northheartsfm.co.uk.
Post the link. So if you want to catch Fonz on Sunday, it's 8 a.m. Eastern, or if you want to catch her on Monday, it's 3 p.m. Eastern on the link I've just posted. And,
Brilliant stuff. No, it's good fun as well, because I, being a Cambridge historian, stepping outside my comfort zone a bit and actually doing world news, and there's stuff that actually, wow, did that happen this week? Wow. And did that take place this week? And I remember I did November and I had to cover Kennedy, and I completely forgot. You know, this year's gone by so fast. This year's gone so fast, and I was doing this week's show that's just gone on. It's now finished. You can't hear it anymore because it was broadcast already. But I was getting on to the 8th of December and looking at what's happening there. It's actually the day that John Lennon was assassinated in 1980. And I think, wow, do you know what I mean? Are we already here at this point that it's John Lennon's assassination? So
we're at the point where he's about to be released, isn't he?
Who's that? Who's to release?
The assassin?
Mark Chapman. He's tried for years the pill to get released, and they've never released him. So I can't imagine it's going to come off. I think there'd be too much public outcry if he was released. I think it might end up in there for good. Really, I don't know, but a lot of public outcry would happen. But you never know; it might happen. I certainly, if he is released, then I can imagine it's going to cause a lot of public outcry, really, with people.
No, indeed.
Because the way he killed him, I don't know if you know the circumstance. He shot him 4 times in the back. Do you know what I mean? It's and he with John Lennon, he only asked him hours before for his autograph on his Double Fantasy album, and then waited for him, and then shot him in the back 4 times, which is a bit nasty. So I'm a big John Lennon fan as well. Me
too.
I tell a story about John Lennon. Being a kid, I didn't know he had died, and I remember it's one memory I've got of my dad as well. He was sitting there playing his vinyl. It sort of even makes me emotional now thinking about it, because of the connection with my dad, because he died a couple of years ago. That he was playing his records, and he was playing Imagine, and I remember thinking, this song's brilliant as a kid. This song's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? It's wow. It really overwhelming for me. And I said, this guy, who is he? And he goes, it's John Lennon. And I said, where is what's he doing? And my dad goes, no, he died. He died. And I go, oh. And he goes, he was shot outside his house. Somebody killed him. And I remember being about 5, sitting there just crying my eyes out, hearing Imagine, thinking this song's amazing and this bloke's died. Do you know what I mean? And somebody had killed him.
Yeah.
That's the turning point in my life, really, when it comes to music. And it still does. Imagine is such an amazing song, isn't it?
It is.
It's brilliant. I think if I had to put every song on the table ever written, if I had to pick my all-time favourite, it would always be Imagine. Because just the meaning behind it, really.
All right, question from Cheryl who's saying, are there any music museums in Cambridge?
No. There should be, though. There should be, with Pink Floyd's connection. I campaigned for years to get a Pink Floyd memorial. Pink Floyd weren't even remembered in Cambridge until I came along and did it. But there's a lot of big bands actually performed in Cambridge, and actually started in smaller bands. Members of Foreigner and all that started off in small time bands in Cambridge, and you had the Beatles played in Cambridge twice. Rolling first on the 19th of March 1963 as a funny thing, as a cover, as a warm up band for Tommy Rowe.
And Shondells.
No, Tommy Rowe. No, was it Tommy Rowe? No,
we're going to take what you said as being correct. I'm just, my memory's failing. Carry on.
It was Tommy Rowe sung Sheila. It was Tommy Rowe who sung Sheila. Yeah. It was very much like Peggy Sue, and they were the warm up band for him. But by the 26th of November the same year, they had their own gig, and they actually had to be escorted by the police because people. So in the space of March to November, how big they came. Jimi Hendrix played at the Dorothy in Cambridge. February, I think it was the 15th of February, 1967. And people I spoke to who went to it said it was, I nearly said the wrong thing there, but rubbish, basically. And
not good.
Jimi Hendrix, not good? What are you talking about? No, Jimmy's brilliant. But it's when he first, when he first came in and they sat him up on the stage and all that, wired him up, and nobody had a clue how to make Jimmy sound because he had his own unique style, and because they had no idea, it just sounded rubbish because they didn't get Jimi Hendrix basically, and he just complete washout at Cambridge and he never come back again. But
he was in the UK. He was very well appreciated.
Oh yeah. No, he wasn't. It wasn't because he was rubbish. It's because it was in his early days. Nobody understood how to make him sound. And because in Cambridge, and everybody who was setting him up in Cambridge didn't have a clue what they were doing, basically, because they were so used to setting up the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, and Jimi Hendrix was different. He just didn't come across the way that he should have done.
And then came Sorry.
Yeah, carry on.
Then came Woodstock.
Yeah. That definitely, if you could travel back, I don't know if you agree with me, if you could travel back in time, I would attend Woodstock, would you?
Yasgur's Farm, I'd be there.
Yeah.
I'd be there, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to do that. And that's one of the things that I'd have to do. I'd also sit on the grassy knoll in 63 and say, duck!
well, yeah. We can't change history. We're honor bound not to change the history of any place we go to. I mean, so many things you can actually reverse. And just to catch up on a few comments, there is a museum in Liverpool which is dedicated to the Beatles' music, and there's a room in there which is totally white with a white piano. Oh wow! And they just play Imagine 24/7.
Wow.
And it's just quite an experience. Just be stood in the room itself is just quiet, and you just got Imagine just.
Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. My office here, got this newspaper wall, but every other wall's white. And like when I was putting together, what colour you want the wall? Blue, bright? I know, white. My favourite colour is white because it's just so peaceful and neutral and relaxing. Now I sound crazy, don't I?
No, you don't. Actually, what has been said is, first of all, Catherine's saying she was in high school when John Lennon was killed, and says that you're so young, Fonz. So there you are. Yeah. So that's good. Well, and I was saying something earlier. Carry on.
I got told that I look like by Jacen Bruce that I look like I'm in my early 30s. So he's my best pal now.
Excellent.
I'm the other end of the 30s, unfortunately.
Right, and there's been a discussion about accents, British accents.
Well, my accent. I tell you what I get when I do radio. I seem to have a lot of. I don't know if David Burrows knows. I seem to have a bit of a following in Canada. I get a lot of messages from Canada, and the first thing people say when I did radio, the messages I got is, "We love your Cambridge accent." And I go, "Is there a Cambridge accent?" But apparently, how I sound is a Cambridge accent. So
there you are.
So I never even knew there was a Cambridge accent. I know there's out in the Fens, they all talk like this. That's like, oh, apparently, like, oh yeah, I was down the old pub the other day. I thought that was a Cambridge Fenland accent, but apparently I've got a Cambridge accent. So there you go. So how I sound is how people in Cambridge sound, apparently.
Yeah, and your accent is determined by two things: where you're born and where you live.
Yeah, well, that sums it up. I was born I live in Cambridge.
I was born in Lancashire, and that's where we call a bus a bus. And in Burnley, which is sort of 20 miles north of Manchester. But my upbringing was in Cumbria.
Yeah.
Because at that time they were building the first nuclear power station in the UK. So I was up at a place called Seascales, which is near Whitehaven in Cumbria, at school there. And that's where the other part of my accent comes from. And then I spent some time working down south. My accent is an amalgam, okay?
Yeah.
And if you listen to me and my youngest son, then he lives in Melbourne now. He's got a Lancashire accent.
Is that with an E?
That's with an E. That's Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah.
He's still got a Lancashire accent. He's not picked up an Australian twang. He still speaks genuine Lancashire.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because you do sometimes, people when you move somewhere, you do pick it up, don't you? They're active without realising sometimes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I always thought a Cambridge accent was like the Fen, Cambridge Fens. Like, I was out in the old field the other day, carting down the corn like that, and then I went home to me missus who made me a nice steak pie. That's what I thought a Cambridge accent was from the Fens. But apparently I'm wrong.
Well, that's the thing. Regional accents are so fascinating. You go from one end of the UK to another, and it's the same in the States as well. The accents vary from region to region. Shall we play the song again?
Yeah, it's my accent scaring everybody off then.
No, I'm going to play the song again. Again, this is a charity single. You'll be able to find it on Amazon, and I'm just going to bring that up on screen, take the mute, and go like that. And we will play the single again.
Was like Christmas every day on the streets in Cambridge where Snowy played. Mice running round the rim of his hat, and right on top sat a snowy white cat. He lifted your spirits in a festive way. It felt so good and the children played. Snowy, snowy, snowy for snowy, snowy, a shining star. Always out to raise cash to help charities to success. You'd see him out of the blue, like Dr. Doolittle. Rabbit stocks, mice, and cats on display. With his pets on board, the children would play. It was like Christmas every day. The streets in Cambridge where Snowy played, with mice running round the rim of his hat, and right on top sat a snowy white cat. He lifted your spirits in a festive way. It felt so good and the children played. Snowy, snowy, snowy for.
And we're back. Hopefully, yes, we're back.
Brilliant. At that time, I couldn't. I don't know if you saw my message. I couldn't see or hear it this time. That's a funny thing. 'Cause I'm on a phone. Sometimes you can see the pictures, and sometimes you can't. So hopefully, people enjoyed that. I just got sounds of silence, and silence is golden.
Right, that's true. And just catching up with the comments, Catherine's saying perhaps yours is smoothed out due to broadcasting, and Catherine's got a New York accent, and lots of emoticons from Cheryl, and a question from Catherine. My Sonny's hat. Do you want to explain again?
What's that?
The My Sonny's hat.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I thought you said my son's got a hat.
sorry, my accent.
That's not.
Sorry.
It's not. It's me. It's me. Thinking of two things. What he did. He had a menagerie of different animals with him, a bit like Dr. Dolittle, and he had a cat, a real sitting on the top of his hat. And some people thought it was a stuffed cat, but it was a real cat. And he trained mice to walk around the rim of his hat. So they go around the rim of his hat and come down all over his shoulder, you know what I mean, and climb over his face and stuff. And he actually, I don't know how you train a mice. I have difficulty training my children. Running around his hat. So brilliant. No, brilliant guy. Do you know what I mean? He's, yeah. Certainly somebody you'd want to aspire to be a heart of gold.
Don't worry, Catherine. We covered it twice, so all is good. No problem at all. It is a charity single. You can buy it for 99 cents or 99 pence if you're in the UK. And after the show, we'll discover the iTunes link, and you can get it via iTunes as well. Yeah. And in fact, we'll play it on next week's show and the show after that. Now, just talking about...
I'd say that'd be really cool, wouldn't it? I don't know if it's not in the chart thing, but the amount of songs that are in the charts now, they don't deserve to be in the charts, because I'm a big hater of modern music. Like, beep, 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 swear, like that kind of music. I hate that kind of music. Wouldn't it be cool if something original like this actually made the charts? Not necessarily number one, but actually, even if it come in at number 38 or something, like you think, wow.
Right, tell you what do, just an idea. Could you put in the video together now?
Yeah.
Could you do a 30-second clip that we can all share?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, of video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Because then we can get it on Facebook and push it on Facebook with a link to the.
Yeah. Start a campaign. Get this song in the charts.
We're starting a campaign. It all started here, folks. So Catherine, Cheryl, everybody who's joined us, thank you for inspiring that idea.
I don't know how you get the song in the charts. Do you just have to sell loads of it for it to be in the charts? I think you got it. It is there, isn't it? You just got to sell it. Sell, haven't you?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I've got £100, I'll buy 100 copies of this.
Right, so the campaign to get the Snowy Far single by Jacen Bruce, Flying High, started here. And Fonz is going to do a 30-second clip, and then we can all get together and share it. And Catherine's agreeing with you, hating modern music with a few exceptions.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I don't. Shall I tell you? Like I said, everybody's entitled like their own opinion and stuff. My opinion, because you've got to be very careful because you can offend people with some of the things that you say. But this is my opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That when John Lennon put together the Plastic Ono Band album, EMI, Working Class Hero, now that's down to the point, straight to what he's saying, wanted him to remove the swearing in the song, where he's saying effing. But it's expression in his song. And he got to a point where they just like exclamated the words out, and he even made them put in the sleeve, removed at the request of EMI. So, and this is just 2 swear words in one song, and basically they're used for expression. They're used there for a reason, not just for pure wanting to swear. And brilliant song. Now songs have got swearing in them just for the sake of them, like every other word's a swear word, and it's actually number 2, number 3 in the charts, and that's what I don't like about it. I don't go against swearing if it's used for in a song a way of an expression, because it's expressing how you feel. And sometimes swearing's bad and it's wrong, but if you're using it how you express how you feel, then sometimes it's necessary. But just using it for the sheer sake of it, then it's ridiculous.
I think we're all on the same page. No, it makes total sense. It makes total sense. Just to sensationalize something and to swear totally out of context just because it will.
Yeah.
What you're actually marketing, not good.
Yeah.
So there we have it. That's I Live Here on Tuesday, 4th December, coming up to the hour.
Brilliant. That's gone by. I want to do another hour. We should do 12 hours of this.
Right, I'll tell you what. We're swapping over now because we're going over to Twitch. So if you want to come over to Twitch with us, I'll send you a link in a minute.
Please.
David's hosting a party on Twitch.
Yeah, I'll join. Send me a link and I'll join too.
Okay. To everybody who's watched us, thank you. We'll be back again, same time next week.
Buy the single.
Okay. Fonz says buy the single. I agree. And thank you for everybody who's joined us today. We'll be back next week. And take care for now. And Catherine's saying, go back and read all the comments, Fonz, because, well, you should. I'm just saying you should. Catherine's right.
Yeah. I've been mentioning a few, but I haven't read them because I've been chatting to you, but I will do, definitely. That's one thing about me. Anybody who sends me a message or anything, I'll always do read it. So yeah, I will definitely have a look back.
And now you're talking, Cheryl. Motown. Okay, we haven't got time to talk about that today. We'll save that for next week. Take care, everybody. See you soon.
Yeah, behave.
And that is